Okay, there's an approximation as to what we're going to remove. We'll be taking away the wax everywhere outside the lines. So the areas that are highlighted in green are going to be coming off. So we'll start with the easy one. We'll take off this little rounded corner on the distal incisor. Just a simple straight down cut. And then we're going to take away this whole distal side. We'll take away the mesial side of the root. And we'll do just a little bit of scraping to true up those cuts. Just like when we did the block reduction, you often end up with a little lip down at the bottom near the surface that you're cutting towards. So I'm going to scrape that lip off. So, back up just a little bit. Now we're going to come back to our picture again. And we're going to look for discrepancies or differences between our picture and wax block that we've just carved. So as I slide this wax block up to here, all I'm paying attention to is the incisal edge. I'm just going to pay attention to that incisal edge and see how we've done. Looks like we've done pretty good. I'm not going to change anything about the incisal edge. So the next thing I'm going to slide this over towards the mesial, and I'm going to look to see where it intersects first. In other words, where does the wax touch the line first? So as I'm sliding over, you'll see the first place for it to touch is right there. And perhaps a little bit right there at the CUJ. So I've marked that in pen. Now I know where I need to reduce a little bit more off my wax block. I'm going to do that primarily by scraping, and again, don't forget to change directions. And I'll come up here and scrape just a little bit of the CUJ. Bring our picture back again. We'll slide up to the mesial side. We're still intersecting just a little bit down here. So we'll take away a little bit more down at the root. And slide it again. And that is following that line quite nicely, actually. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but we're pretty parallel to that line. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the distal side. Again, we're going to slide the wax up to the line drawing and see where it's not working. But you know what? We must be living right, because this time it's right on the money. Let me turn that and see if you can see that better. Pretty darn close. So we're close enough. We're going to roll the tooth, And we want this to be our facial side, so we're going to roll the tooth to the left. We're going to come over here and draw the picture of the tooth again. Now we're carving from a mesial aspect, from a mesial view. So there's our picture drawn, and again we're going to remove the wax outside the lines. Everything that's outside the lines is going to come off. A little hard to carve the concavity on the lingual, so we'll just make it flat, and then we'll make it more concave a little later. Here comes the facial side. We're going to take it off down at the roots. And the root on the lingual side. And again, I'm going to go back and true that out by scraping to get rid of that little lip that always emerges near the cutting surface. I have a chance now to make a little bit more of the concavity here on the lingual surface, and I'll do that by scraping. Okay, go back to our picture again. I can see right away that I didn't sharpen my root enough, so let me do that before I go to my picture. Okay, here we go. We're going to slide the tooth directly up against the wax, or against the line drawing on the facial. We're looking for places that don't match the line, but we did a good job. The lingual side is right on the line. Now we're coming from the facial side, sliding it up against the facial. Looks to me like we have a little bit of a bulge right there and right there. So we'll take away just a little bit right there in those two spots. And that matches the line pretty darn good too. Okay, before you go on to the rounding step, this would be a good time to stop and see how close you are on your dimensions. So, mesial distal should have been 9, and it is actually we're at exactly 9.4. So we could take away just a little bit. We'd like to be within 3